Seaweed. My mortal enemy up at this, what otherwise is a paradise of awesomeness. Oh, how the cold water is already slightly uncomfortable, and you make it worse with your sort of prickly, sort of wavy, sort of tendril-like feel under the water. Oh, how I do not like you. Like I want to, I guess beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but I am not the beholder at all. Look at it, my mortal enemy. Hey, what do you know? Back in my brother's lacrosse days, that lacrosse ball's still there. That's really cool. But, yeah. Oh, little fish. Follow the little fish right there. I do have to point out, ladies and gentlemen, that there is quite a bit of good fishing up here. There really is. In fact, prior to being out here, there was actually, believe it or not, a fish that jumped out of the water, probably to get some flies that were, you know, flying around, I guess. But yes, it is Saturday, and I am up at Keuka Lake again. Woo! Okay, so anyway, yeah, I know I said I was gonna go in the water again, but honestly, even though it's gonna be 80 degrees out, it is not 80 degrees out now. In fact, I'm actually a little bit on the cold side being out here in my shirt and my swim trunks. Yeah, I actually got last week and this week I actually am wearing new swim trunks I got this year. You actually saw the other ones in the video a week ago. And I got these new ones. Never go wrong with Tommy Hilfiger. Believe it or not, way back when my aunt was alive, she actually had like a really big house that she got from her dead fiance, and she sold it when she got married later, and that house was purchased by Tommy Hilfiger himself. So yeah, I think that house is going for like $3 or $4 million now, but they're not. But whoever is selling it, they're not going to get that. Seriously, can anyone really think of any house that they want to sell for like, I don't know, a couple, like say $700,000, but they never really get the full price that they ask for? It's the same thing with cars too. I don't know. I think people just ask for too much. Not me though. All I ask is my phone, my wallet, and my gaming systems, my computer, pretty much anything to keep me up with today's youth. I just realized I'm getting old right now. I don't think that's a good thing. Anyway, so yeah. Another reason why I'm not getting in the water, other than the fact it's cold out right now, is, believe it or not, last week in my video, I was a bit of a bad boy. Because apparently, it actually is illegal to wash yourself in Keuka Lake. How do I know this? Well, believe it or not, my father walked up to me yesterday, and he told me that he actually saw the video. You know, he liked it. I mean, not that I'm seeking his approval for these videos, but, you know, it's always nice to know that your father has your back on this, which is, again, a really cool thing. But he tells me the only thing is it's actually illegal to wash your hair and stuff at Keuka Lake. And I immediately respond, I've seen you do it practically my entire life. I didn't actually use those words, I'm paraphrasing, but something to that effect. In fact, believe it or not, when my brother and I were little, we would do it with him. I mean, we don't do it anymore, Partly because you have a nice hot working shower in the cottage behind me. Plus, honestly, nowadays when you have running water and stuff that technically we kind of take for granted, you don't really need to do it anymore, necessarily. I mean, it's useful if you're like out in the wilderness or something, but we are not. We are at Trintiy Lake, where there are lots and lots of people around. But more importantly, the sheriff could also be around too. Now, again, I've seen my father wash himself in the water for many years. And so, his response was, I actually hide. Okay, look at this giant open area. How do you hide? Seriously. Well, actually, I should repoint something out. Hold on a second. Don't worry, I'm not showing this view on purpose like I always do. We're actually in a cove, so I guess technically this would be considered hiding. In fact, beyond this cove, the Switzerland Inn is literally within, well, I'd say boating distance, I guess. Because nobody can walk on water. None of us are Jesus. And that is a good thing. Anyway. So, he's able to get away with it because he hides and does it really quickly before the sheriff could potentially be around. I, on the other hand, last week was fortunate because, like today, it was so early in the morning that it would be highly unlikely for the sheriff to be around. Which makes sense. Although I didn't really think about that at the time. In fact, I only did it for the reason of entertaining you guys. But I guess that's how it works. So, actually, I'm not up here by myself this weekend. Believe it or not, my uncle's daughter, or my cousin, is actually back up from Florida, and she's visiting. Yeah, the uncle who I said is getting married, my uncle Jimmy. Yeah, his daughter is actually up here. Celebrating summer from Florida, and I mean, you gotta come up to Trintiy Lake if you have those circumstances, right? I mean, I really shouldn't say this if children are around, if children are watching, but if you play a drinking game for every video I've done talking about Trintiy Lake or being up here, I don't think you'd last very long. Just saying. So yeah, they're up here. They're actually way back up in their trailer, and they're actually my cousin actually has some friends from Corning. I mean, she moved to Florida with her mother, so obviously she'd have friends up here. They're actually up in the A-frame right now, probably asleep, because teenage girls and slumber parties, I guess. I was a loser in high school. I have no idea what goes on at those things. Then again, it's for the best. I shouldn't know what goes on. Why would I want to know what goes on? It's weird. Oh, okay, I know why. But come on. Do I really look like the kind of person who would think about stuff like that? Actually, no, don't answer that, please. Well, rest assured, I don't. Honestly, in my youth, I was always, just happy being me. And yeah, over time, as I grew up, I did take things more seriously. Which we all do from time to time. I mean, that's actually one of the reasons why I'm glad I went to Trintiy-Pawling, because even though it was an all-guys school, and being an all-guys school, I was basically away from women for an entire year. The fact that we're all guys and we're going to bust each other's chops, that's just what we do. I actually would love to have a bunch of my brothers up here if I could. But there's a lot of us, and it's an even bigger world out there. We may say it's a small world, but let's be honest. Traveling is still traveling. So, yeah. There is always that as well. You guys are probably wondering where I'm walking. It's basically the span of this dock right here. Gotta try and keep it nice. Let me switch my arm a little bit. There we go. Anyway. So, there's that. And you guys are also probably wondering, something looks different about you, Nick. Well, yes it is. Yesterday I got my hair cut by my super duper talented, awesome, and lovely hair cutter who I graduated high school with. If you were watching, thank you. You are super duper awesome for making my hair so fabulous. And another thing you guys are probably wondering is, what's on your shirt? Well, believe it or not, I've alluded to the fact that there's actually this girl that I like. I just saw a fish jump up, and one of these days I'm going to get it on camera, ladies and gentlemen. I really want to. Anyway, that there is this girl that I like. And this is actually the shirt that I would wear if I was dating her and I would reveal who she is. Because it's not really what's on the shirt that's awesome, it's actually the back. And I know for a fact that what's on the back would relate to this particular girl that I like, because it actually involves something that this particular girl did for my brother. This particular person graduated in the year between my brother. See, my brother and I graduated high school 2 years apart. This girl graduated like in between that. Anyway. So, yes. There's sort of a hint right there as to who she is, I guess. And I would only reveal what is on the back of this shirt if I was dating her. Because technically it does involve her. In a sort of weird way. In a funny way too. But yeah. I am so glad I was able to entertain you guys today without the possibility of falling through the floorboard. Although to be perfectly honest, I do have to come clean about something. I actually was planning on going in the water. And I actually laid the towel right there onto the ground, so there was no way it could ever fall into the floorboard. Just in case. I just saw a fish jump up again! Darn it! I am really getting sick of doing that without you guys seeing it. It's actually one of the reasons why I do those wide shots at the end of these Cuca Lake videos, ladies and gentlemen. Because I really do want you guys to be able to see it. You know what? I'll just do it right here and keep talking while it's going. As you can tell, the sun has been rising for a little while. Which is... Holy cow! Oh. I thought I saw a rainbow behind me, but it's sort of how the phone cameras work. Well, actually, you might be able to see the rainbow. I don't know. But, yeah, you can. You should be able to see the moon, too. Where's the moon? The moon is right there. I don't know if you can tell. For whatever reason, I couldn't get it on the angle. Anyway, I guess that's about everything I wanted to talk about today. So, all that's left to do now is, enjoy being up here. Maybe I'll go for a swim. Maybe I'll go for a tan. Enjoy my Rita's Italian Ice I brought up here. Boy, was that scary. I packed up everything I wanted to. Went to Walmart to do my shopping. Because actually, I'll reveal why tomorrow. But basically, after I got my Ritas, I immediately drove as fast, but as reasonably, as I could. Left Ritas at about 4:57, got up here at about 5:40. Yeah, I was booking real fast. I had to. I had a bunch of perishables in the car. You know what? That actually sounds like a great idea for something I've been thinking up of. But I don't want to reveal what that is because I want the patent to be mine. So, on that note, I am absolutely humbled that I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I am hopeful that we all have a wonderful Saturday. Honestly, I think it will be a wonderful Saturday today, but that's just me. Listen, like, favorite, share, and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. And always remember, if any of you guys ever want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear, and I'll always have your back. So take care, everyone.